يتدبرون القرآن ولو كان من عند غير الله لوجدوا فيه اختلافا كثيرا.
Then do they not reflect upon the Quran? If it had been from any other than Allah, they would have found within it much contradiction.
I found a contradiction within the Quran.
Bro, we need to talk with respect, if you need that.
Huh?
You need to talk respectful, if you need that.
Yeah, we'll be respectful. I just said I found a contradiction within the Quran. What's disrespectful about that?
No problem. How are you?
Anyways, in several ayahs, right, we are told that there's like a Islamic doctrine, right, that says no soul shall bear the burden of another soul. Like, for instance, Surah 6, ayah 164, say shall I seek a Lord other than God when he is the Lord of everything. No one earns anything except against himself, and no one bearing a burden bears the burden of another. See how I highlighted that there. Then to your Lord is your return, and then he will inform you about your differences. We have other ayahs. This will take a bit. No one bearing a burden bears the burden of another. If one heavy burden calls out for his load to be carried, nothing of it will be carried. Surah 17, ayah 15. Whoever is rightly guided is guided only for himself, and whoever goes astray only against himself. No one bearing a burden bears the burden of another. The contradiction ayah is in Surah 16, ayah 25, where it says that they may bear their own burdens fully on the day of resurrections, right? That basically means that they'll bear their sins in full. Every single sin that they've done will be accounted for on the day of resurrection, and on top of those sins will be some of the burdens of those whom they misled, right? Or led astray without their realizing it. Evil is what they will bear. In the Quran, it specifically states that this cannot happen in several different ayahs, just like specifically 17:15, where it says whoever is guided is only guided for himself, right? Even if he goes astray, he only goes astray for himself, and whoever goes astray only against himself. Just like I said, no one will bear the burden of another. In this contradicting ayah, it clearly states that yes, some people, right, will have their sins fully accounted for, and on top of those sins will be other sins that they did not commit, but the people that they misled, who they guided out, they will bear those sins. Even though in 17:15 it clearly states that this can't be done, right? If you read this, it literally says whoever is rightly guided is guided only for himself, and whoever goes astray only against himself. No one bearing a burden bears the burden of another. You see the contradiction or no?
Stop, bro. What is this platform?
This is from the Quran, Allah's word, right? That can't have any contradictions.
I ask for this platform. I see in.
Oh, it's Canva.
Canva.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar. Al-Masih Akbar. Al-Masih Akbar. Al-Masih Akbar.
Bro. We need to talk by respectful, bro.
Anyways, could you clearly state, right, that this is a contradicting ayah, or would you like to resolve the issue? Because it clearly states, right, in 1625, right, that yes, on the day of resurrection, you will bear your actions in full. All of the things that you've done wrong, all the sins you've done, you'll bear those in full. On top of those sins that you bear in full will be some that is not yours, right? It will be those whom you misled, or whom you've led astray. Even though in 17:15, like I said before, whoever is rightly guided is guided only for himself, and whoever goes astray only goes astray for himself. Just like the other ayah said, that doesn't happen. No, if you go astray, if someone leads you astray, they will bear your burden. But look what it says: no one bearing a burden bears the burden of another. I highlighted it for you so you can see the contradiction, right? It says, and some of the burdens of those whom they led astray without their realizing it, right? They'll bear those burdens on top of the burdens that they bear, on top of the burdens that they already bear that of their own. I'm listening,
bro. You know. Grammar of Arabic?
Yes, sir.
I talked with you yesterday, and you said I don't know grammar of Arabic.
What are you talking about? That never happened. What are you making up these stories? What are you talking about? For one, that doesn't even explain this ayah, right? This doesn't have anything to do with grammar, as far as I'm concerned.
No problem,
JP, stay on topic. No, JP.
I know.
JP.
You have a YouTube channel.
Hey, monkey.
We
monkey.
talked yesterday about
Monkey.
what?
Monkey, be quiet. Be quiet, Muhammad. Doesn't matter on my YouTube channel. Doesn't matter about what we talked about yesterday. If we even talked, I don't even remember talking to you. I definitely did not tell you that I do not know Arabic grammar.
I talk with you.
That's for one.
Mr. Gay. I talk with you.
Okay.
I'm not a monkey.
Are you going to explain this Quran verse or not? Are you going to explain this Quran verse or not? Why does your Allah contradict himself in these two ayahs?
You don't need to talk by respect.
Hello? Are you going to answer my question, yes or no? In these two ayahs, let me read it again, right? Your foolish Allah has said, right, that they may bear their own burdens fully on the day of resurrection. Everything that they've done wrong will be accounted for. And also on top of those burdens will be burdens that are not theirs, but of those whom they misled, right? Who they led astray. But what does the 17:15 say? Whoever is rightly guided is guided only for himself. And whoever goes astray only goes astray against himself. He's not led. And it says, no one bearing a burden bears the burden of another. Clear contradiction. And he's gone. He left.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar. Yo, JP, I'm so sorry I mixed you up with that foolish animal. Would you like to explain this contradiction if you're a Muslim? Or no?
No.
No?
I'm just
Are you a Muslim?
I'm just
Are you
here
a
to
Muslim?
make fun of
Are you a
people,
Muslim? Are you a Muslim? Are you a Muslim?
No.
No? Okay. Good for you. Good for you, Akhi. I'm very, very proud. Are you Christian?
No.
What do you think about these Quran verses? Do they contradict each other? Yes or no?
I don't know. I don't think the guy that wrote that would be so stupid to contradict himself, like in the next verse, you know. So maybe there's.
It's not the next verse. No, 1625 is chapter 1625, and chapter 17:15 is a different chapter. These verses are not chronologically in order, sir. These verses.
Yeah, I know, but
the Quran is not. Well, then why are you acting like it is? Because it's not like the Quran is chronologically in order. These things, chapter 2 or chapter 3 is at the very end of his life. It's not at the very beginning. He died around chapter 3 and chapter 4, or chapter 3 and chapter 2. Chapter 3 was around the second year of his life. He died 2 years after that, chapter 3. Like, the verses about Mubahala. So it's not chronologically in order. What are you talking about, sir? You clearly see, right, in front of your face that Allah has stated that they may bear their own burden fully on the day of resurrection. And on top of those burdens will be the burdens of those whom they misled. In this other ayah, it clearly says that whoever goes astray only for himself. He's not, even if he's led astray, he's not going to bear the burden of another soul. It says no one bearing a burden bears the burden of another. Very clearly says that. And if you go astray, you only go astray against yourself. If you are guided, you are only guided by yourself. Alhamdulillah. What are you talking? There's no contradiction? You don't see the contradiction?
Yeah, there is, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think the guy that wrote that would be so stupid to put
Allah, though.
such a
Of course he's
contradiction.
gonna be stupid. It's Allah. It's Allah, though. But you agree that it's a contradiction, right?
Yeah, it is.
Amen. That's what I like to hear, bro.